The Rice Owls and their modern option offense. It's a playbook we've covered quite a bit on this channel already. I think it's one of the most fun playbooks in the game. We've kind of gone over the basics. We've had quite a few gameplays going up already, but I've never gone too into detail exactly how I like to run this offense, the formations I like, the plays I like, and why I like them. So that's what we're going to do here today, while also hopefully giving EA enough time to fix the matchmaking in Road to the College Football Playoff, because I do not want to be going through campus tour just playing tier 1 teams every single game. So I'm recording this on Wednesday. Hopefully the little patches they like to do on Thursday morning fix that. Fingers crossed. But for Rice specifically, we have already gone through and unlocked the Rice playbook for Road to the College Football Playoff. We can now use it with any team that we would like. I have a list of 6 or 7 teams, 6, 7, that we are going to run this offense with. But again, I don't want to use like North Texas and use the Rice offense and just be going up against Texas and Oregon every single game. I don't think that would go great for us. But we ended up going 10-1 with Rice and only threw the ball 41 times in those 11 games. I'm actually pretty proud of that, while also running the ball for 1,573 yards on 151 rush attempts, just over 10 yards per rush, less than 4 pass attempts per game. We had a ton of fun with it. We're still going to have a ton of fun with it. What we're also going to have a ton of fun doing is we are actually, to show this playbook, I'm going to get off our Xbox version of College Football 27. I'm going to hop over to our PC version of College Football 27. Where thanks to the wonderful people at the college football modding community, and specifically, I do want to make sure I get this name because it's unbelievable what this guy did, J.W. Dixon, we are going to be running this Rice modern option offense with the 2007 West Virginia Mountaineers. So this is something we're going to be doing over on our Dynasty channel. I'm going to throw the link right up in the top right if you're curious to watch along. We are going to be live streaming just the 2007 season, playing offense only with West Virginia, the 2007 version in the Rice modern option offense. I don't think West Virginia is the best team for this. I do think it is Florida, but this mod is unbelievable. I cannot shout out the guy J.W. Dixon enough. Like, the depth charts all got updated. The conferences, you can see West Virginia's in the Big East. The logos are up to date. The biggest thing, I do want to show Florida really quick because this team is crazy and be probably the best team to run this offense with. You got Tim Tebow, you got freshman Cam Newton sitting back there, Mr. Moore as your halfback, and wide receiver wise, you'd have Percy Harvin and Andre Caldwell. Yes, sir. But every roster is a match to what it was in 2007. And then going forward, so for this, we are just going to do the 2007 season with West Virginia. But going forward, we're going to be doing some rebuilds and things starting in 2007. You know, you can do Hawaii with Colt Brennan. We can do NIU and all-time passing leader Chandler Harnish starting as a freshman. And then going forward, they've also updated the recruiting classes to match what they were in real life every single year. It's unbelievable the work these guys have done. I'm so happy I found it. I'm so excited to use it. So this is something we're going to be streaming mainly on Saturdays whenever I can, just doing some starting in 2007 and doing some Dynasty stuff. Cannot wait. We're going to be live streaming this West Virginia one the same day you guys are seeing this Rice video, Saturday, August 15th. Starting around noon and then going through the 2007 season. So OMT Dynasty, if you want to come watch that live, or it'll be on Twitch as well, Old Man Trying 28. But let's go over how we're going to set up West Virginia, and this is going to kind of apply across the board. Obviously, this team is going to be very good for this offense, but the general principles are still going to apply. So at quarterback, we're going to have, of course, Pat White, 90 overall, 93 speed, 95 excel, 99 change of direction. One of the best quarterbacks you can run an option offense with for sure. But even if we had somebody like Jarrett Brown, 87 speed, 91 excel, only 81 change of direction hurts him a little bit, but 85 speed or above, 85 excel or above, pretty much 85 across those first 4 categories, you'll be fine at the quarterback position. Now at halfback, Steve Slayton, of course, the man, the myth, the legend, 92 overall, 91 speed, crazy stats, crazy abilities. Guy's an absolute stud. But what's most important, in my opinion, to run this Rice option offense, I mean, halfback, very important. Having a good mobile quarterback, very important, is who your slot receivers are going to be. can really make or break this whole offense, in my opinion. So for West Virginia, how could we not put Noel Devine as one of our slot wide receivers? The human joystick, jukebox, spin cycle, 97 speed, 95 excel, 94 change of direction, 96 agility. Of course, that's going to be one of our slot receivers. And then I think we're going to go with Eddie Davis as our other one. We do have a couple wide receiver options here, but mainly what I'm looking at is change of direction and acceleration. And speed is kind of the tiebreaker. I want the highest change of direction we can in that slot wide receiver position. The actual receivers we got, not really the best. Our highest change of direction, guys, 86 speed. That's where that speed tiebreaker kind of comes into play. You do have Jock Sanders down here, 88 change of direction and 94 speed, 94 excel, which is pretty nice. But Eddie Davis, 91 change of direction, 93 excel, and 95 speed, I think is going to put him a little bit over the top. So he is going to be our other slot receiver with Noel Devine, Steve Slayton in the backfield, and all led by Pat White. I am just so giddy about this mod. I installed it last night and I just spent hours just looking through the depth charts of these teams, bringing me back. You know, I was 18 during that 2007 season. That's why I'm going with West Virginia. You know, Florida's probably the best team to actually do it with, but anybody that's around my age, I think, has a soft spot for West Virginia because of this team. So we have to do something with them. This is what we're going to do. So I'm going to hop into practice mode here with West Virginia, go over the different formations, the different plays. I'm going to put in some clips of us using Rice in College Football 27 to show gameplay examples against other users of why I think these plays are so freaking good. So let's go ahead and get into it here. Now for the Rice playbook, I personally prefer the shotgun stuff much more than the pistol. You know, if I was 18 in 2007, you can do the math. I'm at 37 now. I need as much time as we can possibly get. The first formation we're going to look at here is the shotgun wingback tight X split. Love this formation. This is pretty much what I'm coming out in to start most games, and gonna hit that quick little 0-1 trap. 0-1 trap out of just about any formation, one of the better runs in the entire game. Good way just to kind of try to establish your dominance nice and early on. Now building on top of that, you hit those runs up the middle with the 0-1 trap, even with the QB blast, just running up the middle, up the middle, up the middle. Then you sneak in a little power read. So we'll give this one a call, just kind of go over what we're trying to look at here. And I'm going to say trying because there's a good reason I'm going to make a mistake here. I am an old man just trying here. All right. So we see the read key is on our left defensive end. That means he is going to be coming through unblocked. Now, if he comes pretty much just straight down and stands there, that means he's keyed in on the running back, and we need to try to keep it with Pat White. If he comes down and kind of shuffles to the inside, that means he's keyed on Pat White, and we need to give it to Steve Slayton. How fun is it that those are the names we're actually saying out here? So we're going to try to make a read. We're going to try to see the difference between the two here. Let's give this a snap. See there, it was kind of hard to tell because he got kind of caught up. I should have just kept that with Steve Slayton, but it is what it is. And there he's going after Slayton. So we can just keep it with Pat White and take it up the middle and go dunk on him, Mr. Patrick White. So my only real issue with this specific play and this specific power read is having this wingback lined up right above our read key. It can kind of muddy the water a little bit. You know, he kind of chips him a little bit. This tackle kind of chips him a little bit. It's a little harder to tell where he's going, but from right here, we can see he is just kind of standing still. That 62 doesn't really seem to be affecting him at all. So he just stands still. So we keep it with Pat White. He goes after Steve Slayton, you big dummy. Pat White's the one with the ball, taking it to the house for the West Virginia touchdown. Now I'm going to see if we can get an example of him being keyed in on Pat White. Oh, it was actually right there. It was actually right there. It was perfect. They actually played pretty good defense on that overall too. But we can see there now, our read key, the difference here. He's going to come down and then does a little crab step, does a little shuffle to the inside. So he is going to be going after Pat White and still kind of hits him a little bit. I mean, it's practice, brother. Let's take it a little easy. So that's what we're looking at for the power read. Now, elsewhere in this formation, yeah, you have the 0-1 trap, the QB run, and then mix in a little bit of the halfback attack. We do have to have some pass options in pretty much all these formations we're going to go over, just as a way, if they're really committed to those runs, something we can try to catch them a little bit over the top. So halfback attack, a nice little mix in there in the wingback tight X split. But the power read, great way to catch them off guard and try to get a run going to the outside. We're in such a big, heavy formation. All of our other runs are going up the middle. They might start trying to stack that box a little bit, just like this clip from our game with Rice. How about a power read? How about a cheeky little power read and cut him inside? Quentin, Rampage, Jackson. How about one quick juke back to the inside, a cheeky little power read, and just like that, come on, Royce. Come on, Owls. Let's go. Hooty hoo. Hooty hoo. That worked pretty dang perfectly. So that's wingback tight X split. Another formation I like here is the wing weak unbalanced. Now, really, there's only two plays I'm going to be calling out of here. One is this halfback ISO, which I love. I love this run out of any formation you got. We can just follow that big boy over on the right, lead us to the promised land up the middle. But this verticals play is also a really, really good way to catch people off guard. Again, we're coming out super heavy set. They are not expecting something like just a straight verticals out of this, especially out of Noel Devine. So this formation actually just uses your halfback 2 in that spot on the right, and then your other slot receiver is going to be over on the left. Because Noel Devine is our slot receiver 1, it's going to use our slot receiver 2, Davis, over on the left there. So just throw a regular streak on that halfback. See, the throwing stats of Pat White worry me a little bit, but I like to throw a regular streak here on Devine, because on this kind of, I don't even know what you'd call it. It's kind of like an inverted fade, almost a super skinny post, whatever you want to call it. He gets a little too close to Davis versus him just being on a regular streak. Keeps better separation on the two. You can throw like a comeback over here on Arnett. You can do something on your tight end, throw him on a return route, something like that. Shout out to Uncle Drew in our online dynasty. Likes to do that return route. And I did move Owen Schmidt to be our tight end. He's usually the starting fullback. But we can just go right here, and then if they're in a cover 3, dog, Pat White, you got to make these throws. We got the windows. They're wide open. They've been wide open every time. But we're not really, I mean, we got to hit that one, right? Nope, not enough air on it. Goodness gracious. You can see how wide open Devine is getting every time. Pat White just might not be the guy that we want to push the ball downfield with. But that's 3 for 3 on Devine getting wide open on that. If they're in man and you have somebody with that kind of speed, you can just try to lob one over the top. Let's go. Yeah, we'll try. Go back to the verticals. Go back to the verticals and go make a freaking play. Now, wingback tight offset. I like the motion duo out of here. This one's going to be a lot more motion based than I typically like to do, but it's a good way to, try to trick the defense a little bit. You're so used to seeing a motion triple option with that motion on the left, runs going outside to the right. Then you throw in some of these other ones like a motion outside zone. We have that same motion, that wingback going out to the right, but this is run going outside to the left. So good little mix-ups in there for the most part, but I do prefer the triple options without any motion. And we're actually, let's just get to it right now. Why the heck not? My favorite triple option in this playbook is in wingback doubles off weak, and it's just their regular triple option right here. Now, why I like this one so gosh dang much is because our read key over on the left is not really going to have anybody over the top of them. So it's going to make it a lot easier for us to actually make this read with our quarterback and see where we need to go. So if that read key is just crashing inside, he's keyed in on Slayton. We have to keep it with White. If he's staying put, he's keyed in on White, and we just give it off to Slayton. So we'll see if we can actually make these reads. And then there's the pitch man there too, which again, this formation is nice because nobody's going to get in the way of the pitch man. So we'll be able to see if he is following Devine or if he's following Pat White. So we'll see if we can actually make the reads. It's easy to say, can be a little bit more difficult to do. He's crashing in, he's staying on Devine, so we can try to cut it up with White. That was close. That was close. We needed just a little bit more space there. But first, let's look at the read key. We can see he comes crashing right in. He doesn't get touched. It's very easy for us to see where this guy is going. If he's running inside like that, he's going after Steve Slayton. And considering it's Slayton, we could probably have kept it to him and gotten away from number 93, but that is what it is. So then we look at the pitch man next, which is this guy right here. I think we can tell where he's looking, right? Where are his eyes? Where is he following? And that is to Noel Devine. So we're going to try to keep with Pat White. Just ran it a little too close to him. But trying to find a gap there with Pat White. And honestly, a lot of times you can get away with that, with still pitching that, especially the closer you get to the pitch key. He really dumbs out sometimes. and will still go after your quarterback. So now our pitch key just keeps changing back and forth, so I'm not sure what's going on there. See, that was the wrong read, but it doesn't even matter because we got Pat White. It doesn't even matter because we got Pat White. So we can see the difference in how this read key reacts. He still does, you know, he kind of just comes more straight down and then starts kind of strafing a little bit. So that should have been a handoff to Slayton. Like I said, it's easier to say than it is for me to do. I'm still going to make a lot of mistakes, and now they're coming after Pat White. And Divine, what happened there, man? That worked perfectly. So we can see, I'll do one last replay here because now we've really seen all the options that we can. The read key coming right in on Slayton. The pitch key coming down, coming right after Pat White. So we try to pitch this to Divine, and if this actually worked, I mean, nobody's stopping Noel Divine from getting all the way to that left pylon. That's why that's my favorite triple option in the Rice playbook. Let's go over a few other things here. Those are really the main ones we are going to be running. At least when it comes to formations, we'll mix in a few other ones, like when we just want to run the ball out of like a wingback off trips. You have some RPOs in here. You have power. The counter's actually kind of nice. The PA jet cross is a good little pass to throw in there from time to time too. But when it comes to wingback, we're mainly going to be in tight X split, weak unbalanced, maybe a little of the tight offset, and then doubles off weak quite a bit. So let's talk a little about my favorite pass options out of the wingback formations here. And one of my favorite formations to pass out of with the wingback specifically is this wingback wing stack weak. They've got a few really nice looking pass options in here. Number one, motion PA Y corner. Now I like to put that motion guy on something else. You can hot route him, throw him on a drag, block your halfback, still get a good flood going over to the right. If you wanted to, you could throw them on a streak. There's a lot of things you could do with the X, but just bare bones play, that PAY corner is nice. You could even keep it as is if you really wanted to, with how much we're planning on running the ball with this offense. I just feel like play action, offensive lines are terrible with play action this year, in my opinion. There's one other pass in here I really like the looks of, and that's motion dagger. This one I like to take B and just put him on a streak. We have a couple good check down options to our A receiver, to RB, a couple deeper threats there with that deep post and a deeper dig on X. So motion dagger, and this other one we talked about, motion PAY corner, a couple good wingback, wing stack pass options. We already went over the verticals in here. Other than that, if I'm forced to pass the ball using this Rice playbook, we're really looking outside of the wingback, where we still have a lot of really good things. I think this is what really helps separate Rice a little bit. It almost reminds me a little bit of UNLV back in 25, the go-go offense, even Colorado here in 27, where the main draw is that go-go stuff. But if you want to get out of it and run some other things that they have in that playbook, you certainly can, because they have a lot of other good options. Like this double Z close, you have that Z crosser. Z cross out is really, really good against cover zero. If you have a one-on-one, your Y receiver's winning on that almost all the time. You have a mesh, you have a Y sail. So this double Z close, a really, really good formation to go to. If push comes to shove and you just have to pass the ball, that's a good one to have in there. We do have some different spread options in here too. I do like a good spread flex, spread Y flex, all the different types of spreads. A good cheese spread to put on some crackers. And then theirs is okay. Theirs isn't the best, but inside cross out of spread flex. Love plays like this where you have that mesh coming from a slot receiver and a halfback. Really, really difficult to guard both of those. We have some tray 4 wide receiver here too, shock and that shock halfback seam. And you still got some inside zones. You still got some runs in here too if you wanted to. Say you're on like a 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6. Your opponent's used to seeing, okay, now he's coming out in tray. He's not coming out in wingback. We got to play the pass on this. Then you sneak and hit him with a halfback base or something like that. Nice little thing to have in our back pocket. Dagger smash is a nice play. So still some good things in that tray. An empty bunch wide. To have this with the wingback stuff is nasty. I love it. Drive wheel, drive Y corner, drag curl, the different Z spots, QB draw. A lot of good things in the empty bunch wide, and we have a 5 wide receiver tray. Just a little bit of everything in this Rice offense. And that's why I like it so gosh dang much. The shallow cross, again, just quick meshes underneath. Can never go too wrong. A 5 wide, all go. One of the hardest plays to defend in the entire game. So we're mainly going to be basing our offense out of wingback. But if push comes to shove, we have to, we're desperate. We've got options of where we want to go. And then pistol, I mean, I'll just go over the formations quickly. I'm not expecting to run a whole heck of a lot of pistol, unless we're winning and we just want to kind of mix some different things up. I do like the regular pistol wingback. You got some really fun triple options. The motions going to the left, motions going to the right. A nice counter run for, again, if they're over committing to that motion going out to the left side there, then you hit them with a counter run actually going back to the right. Some non-motion runs in there, load options, dives, no motion triple options. So a little bit of everything in the pistol wingback here. Wingback slots got some interesting looking plays, again, and no motion triple option. This one I actually like quite a bit as well, because it's very similar to that one we went over with shotgun, where that read key is not going to be disturbed. He's not going to be skipped by anybody, and will be able to make a read nice and quick. That PA double post, not a bad little option there too. Again, we're seeing that same motion that our wingback on the right is going on, but now it's a play action with a bunch of crossers. So if they're coming out in some sort of man to try to shut down the run game, trying to send some blitzes at you, if your offensive line holds up, you should get somebody open on that play. Shovel options can be, I can never get shovel options to work for me. If you can, God bless you. Then some wingback trips, very similar to like the pistol flexbone trips that like Navy had last year. It looks almost identical to be honest. But we're mainly going to be in shotgun, mainly in those formations where we win over, but with the 2007 West Virginia Mountaineers. God, I can't freaking wait. You guys will have to let me know if you have tried out this Rice offense. What do you think of it? It's just so much gosh dang fun to me. I have such a good time running it. I'm hoping you guys do as well, and I'm hoping you enjoyed this video. I hope to see you guys during the stream here with us using West Virginia and going forward with some 2007 based rebuild. So I will see you guys then. Until then, take it easy.